All right, we're just going to talk a quick minute about cleaning a chassis if you decide to paint it. It's pretty easy to do. The standard brass chassis, a little bit of steel there, but pretty easy to clean and prep to get it painted. So let's get started. Okay, so your chassis is done. You're going to want to clean it a little bit. I like using these little attachments here on the Dremel. These little brushes here. They work well for cleaning, polishing, and the little scouring pads, they work great too. But then once you clean all that off, you do that, then you're going to want to kind of clean the chassis, get all the oils off of it, stuff like that. I mean, you might be using some flux, things like that. So you want the paint to stick the best you can. Nothing's perfect, but here's what I like to do. So first of all, we're going to try a little CLR. So you can find this any cleaning department. You can use Lime Away too, but CLR works pretty good. And basically, I just have the chassis there on a plate, and I'll just give it a spray. And as soon as you do, you can immediately see the brass turning color, getting a little bit brighter. Don't be shy. I give it a good soak. Now, if it's according to you, if it's a little worse than that, we can add something. So if you want to get a little bit better, good old-fashioned baking soda. So you sprayed that down, take a little baking soda, you put it on here, and look at that action. It's just foaming up. I mean, pretty good. So then if you want to, good old-fashioned toothbrush, you can just sit here and scrub and rub that in there and get it nice and clean. Coat the whole thing. Make sure you get everywhere, or try to, and just scrubbing it really good, you know, on all sides, top and bottom. And then once it's all coated just like that, then I'll let it sit for about 20 minutes. Okay, it's been sitting for a while, about as clean as it's going to be. Then just grab a paper towel. I take it, put it on the paper towel. Now I'll take it upstairs or your nearest sink. I'm going to use super hot water to flush this chassis off. Make sure you get all the baking soda cleaner off of there. Then we can prime and paint. Well, okay, it's a little bit noisy, but we have the fan running here in my paint booth. You can see I put a little bit of tape back here over the bushings to try to get, you know, minimize the amount of paint going inside there. But it happens, and if it does, just coat your axle with a little lighter fluid. It'll clean the paint out, but I just try to put some tape over it. Then I just got it mounted here in a little clothespin, because the front where the guy goes, I'm going to sand that smooth anyway and remove the paint. And then just any old primer, good old-fashioned Rust-Oleum, and just give it a light coat. All right, so the end result, I just let this dry overnight. Very nice finish, looks good, you know, and it will last, but not forever, but nothing lasts forever. Seems some folks in our hobby lately, they seem to want everything to last forever. Tires, motors, I mean, braid. You're going to have to get past that. Nothing lasts forever, okay? You have to replace some things. So this might chip and wear over time, and then you'll just have to repaint it, touch it up, whatever. You notice in the background there that I use the Rust-Oleum. That's the primer. That's the paint I used. But on the right, you'll see some Duplicolor. If you want to use lacquer, you can use lacquer. And I've used that in the past. Here's my Beach Racer. So when you talk about lasting, this is about 2 years old. Still there. Still looks pretty good. So, you know, it'll last long enough. And if I have to touch something up, well, that's just part of the hobby, guys. Touch it up. But anyway, I hope that helps you. Like I said, sometimes I don't polish the chassis. I like to have a theme, so to speak, or something. And I'm just not that good at it like Tom and some of these guys out there, man. They make these things look like mirrors. And it's just not It's just not me most times, so I like to give them a coat of paint. So anyway, hope that helps you guys, and we'll see you online.